Today the crypto world was startled awake. 4 trillion Shiba Inu tokens, overnight $4 trillion disappeared off the blockchain. The news was devastating. Groups on Telegram skyrocketed. Every whale tracker on the planet began blinking red as X was inundated with irrational notions. Is this a con? A hidden fire? Is something else going on with the whales that no one anticipated? Last night was the beginning, so let's go back to that. Shiba Inu was engaged in discrete trading. For days the price had remained flat, the volume was ordinary, and even the most ardent fans were becoming tired of it. However, a shift occurred when the clock drew near midnight. A string of extraordinarily large transactions was spotted by on-chain experts. Famous whales are known to transfer hundreds of billions of tokens every single day. Instead of being sent to exchanges, these tokens were sent via a complex network of new addresses without labels. All the normal tracking monitors showed that over 4 trillion tokens had vanished by daybreak. Anxiety set in immediately. For some, the impending price drop was the result of a concerted dump by whales. After witnessing same patterns on previous meme coins, some were concerned about a hack or attack. However, a new perspective emerged once the dust settled. There was no sale of the tokens. The exchange order books were not reflecting their presence. Coins don't really die when they fall in cold storage wallets. That's where the majority of them have gone to sleep. After then, people started to speculate seriously. What could possibly motivate whales to disconnect such a large quantity of Shiba Inu? Why is this time being used? Was there a hidden alliance, a huge pump, or something even more sinister at work here? A flurry of speculation ensued. Some people brought up the time. The Shiba Inu development staff had been unusually silent in the hours leading up to the transfers. No updates on Discord, no tweets, not even a Shiba meme. The eerily quiet atmosphere belied the project's reputation for an enthusiastic user base. Did someone coordinate this, or were the developers just as taken aback as the rest of us? As a corollary, blockchain investigators began to plot the transactions. Fascinating things were discovered by them. Each of the hundreds of smaller wallets now holds somewhat less than 100 billion tokens. Prior to this, these wallets had no contact with any kind of exchange. Minutes prior to the moves, some had already been made. Some were associated with wallets that had staked or burned Shiba Inus before. Seemingly, someone or some organization was making plans for something significant but preferred to keep the specifics under wraps. The value of Shiba Inu began to fluctuate as soon as daylight broke. Initially, retail holders who were afraid of the worst sold their shares in a hurry. However, an unusual event transpired afterwards. After leveling out, the price started to rise. Wallets that had been idle for weeks began to pile up with buy orders. It appeared as though the market had come to the realization that this wasn't a dump but rather a potential setup for the next significant move. Crypto celebrities and other influential people took notice. Some speculated that this marked the beginning of a new accumulation phase in which whales was securing tokens in anticipation of a big announcement. Some have hypothesized that the sudden increase in Shiba Inu burns is the result of a covert burn incident. Lost more than 330 million tokens in the span of a week. Some have gone so far as to say that the whales were actually insiders who were pumping tokens ahead of a product launch or an unexpected alliance. The neighborhood was divided. On the one hand, there were many who thought this was a positive indicator that the smart money was setting up for a rally. On the flip side, naysayers are sounding the alarm that whales may be preparing for a concerted sell-off whenever prices rise enough. A consensus, however, was reached by everybody. 4 trillion tokens don't mysteriously disappear, and then as the rumor mill was spinning out of control, something else happened. Notable blockchain researcher has shown that several affected wallets have been communicating with smart contracts connected to Layer 2 blockchain of Shiba Inu. While this was huge, whales might be getting ready to lock up supply and collect passive income if tokens were being put into staking contracts or liquidity pools. Something else that bodes well. The riddle, however, continued. A closer look revealed links between the new wallets and addresses associated with prior votes for Shiba Inu's governorship. Is a fresh DAO proposal in the works? Would the community soon decide on a cross-chain bridge, a new burn mechanism, or a significant upgrade? There were hints all over the place, yet the solutions remained elusive. At the same time, the development team spoke up. They recognized the whale's movements in a brief statement but did not provide any specifics. The natural world is changing. Remain tuned for official updates, the statement read. This gave some fans hope, showing that the squad was managing the situation. For some, it simply added to the mystique. The cost of Shiba Inu rose steadily throughout the day. There was an explosion in trade activity, and new holders boasted on social media about purchasing the dip. Popular figures shared charts indicating a bullish trend, including rising triangles, golden crosses, and a possible break above critical resistance at 4015. Almost overnight, the attitude changed from anxiety to fear of missing out FOMO. The major concern, though, was what are the whales trying to conceal? In anticipation of a significant announcement, large participants are locking up supply, according to some analysts, who see this as the beginning of a new accumulation period. Some see it as a coordinated effort to lower the amount of tokens in circulation, which would increase the value of each remaining token. Some have even gone so far as to say that whales have special knowledge that humans lack. Perhaps a new collaboration, product, or improvement is on the horizon. There's always the chance that this is just a ruse. Similar tendencies have been observed by Shiba Inu before to significant rallies in the past. Whales sit on their tokens, remove them from exchanges, and wait for an opportune moment to strike. The whales make a killing whenever there's good news, a listing, a burn, or a partnership, because the price goes up. Is it the current situation? What happens next is anybody's guess. One thing is certain though, the Shiba Inu people are more involved than before. Anarchy, forecasts and crazy speculation abound on Discord and Telegram. We are closely monitoring all new transactions, analyzing all wallets, and dissecting all rumors to find any hints. There is a palpable sense of excitement. What are the next steps for holders? Maintain vigilance, keep an eye on the wallets, and be prepared for anything. If this is the beginning of a fresh upswing, the coming days may be absolutely breathtaking. If it's a dump setup, there can be one more dip before the action starts. In any case, there's a good explanation for why 4 trillion tokens vanish. As a whole, the cryptocurrency community is keeping a close eye on developments. Here is your opportunity to witness the game at its most elite level, for those who are on the sidelines. Moving whales, hidden wallets, and no word from the development team. That's the drama that keeps people interested in crypto. One thing is obvious to everyone, whether they believe or not, her name Inu will soon be in the news once more. Leave a comment with your forecast. In your opinion, are the whales preparing for an unexpected event, such as a pump or a dump? Hit that like button if you're still with us, and subscribe to get all the news as it happens. Farewell from Wealthy Coins. Take care, keep yourself updated, and constantly be on the go.